this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps. We're going to be doing quite a simple technique today, but I think very effective. We're going to do a water reflection, but we're going to be picking symmetrical shaped stamps so that we can just stamp them the other way. I will show you in a later video how to do a reflection on a brayer. So to start with, I'm just going to use the Distress Oxide. This is black soot, and then I'm going to take one of our hill borders, and then I'm going to pop that down round about the middle of the card, maybe a little tad lower, and then taking a stencil brush, I'm just going to flick up now. Don't worry too much if there's lines or it's not smooth and blended sort of perfectly, because we're going to be stamping over the top of that anyway, so don't worry too much. And then I'm going to just drag that down as well. I'm taking a little off, and I'm just going to basically just stipple now over the top. And again, take off that first bit and then move on to your card. And again, just pulling that down a little. And up. Okay. So I've got one of my tree stamps here. This is a fir tree. Now you can use whichever trees that you like, but this is an easy one to do a reflection with, as I said. And I'm using the Nocturne. And then we're just going to ink up. And I'm just going to bob that down around about there. Give that a press down. And then I'm going to just turn that around. And that gives us our second impression, which is the reflection. Moving on to our next stamp. This is another fir tree, a taller one. And I'm going to ink up again in the Nocturne. I'm going to stamp along the side. And then turn that round, and again, second impression, like so. And then lastly, I'm just going to wipe the trunk of the tree, and I'm just going to ink up the top part, just to make this a slightly smaller tree. And again, turn around, and there we go. And it's so simple but really effective, I think. You know, you can leave it there, or you can add a little more I'm going to add just some other flourishes along the side. So I'm going to ink up, take off, and I just want something. This is inking up with the Twilight, which is, as you know, one of my favourite colours. So I'm trying to get the reflection going with this as well. So whatever you stamp at the top, remember to stamp at the bottom. And then we've got another little stamp here. This is where all your pound stamps come in really handy. And it's just about building up a little bit of foliage. And again, remembering whatever we stamp at the top, we stamp at the bottom. So now I'm going to use our moon mask, and I'm going to be using the negative space. So pop that over the top, and then I'm going to take the VersaFine, and this one is called Daffodil, and I'm just going to very lightly take that over the top. Now if you want to add a little bit of colour, a little bit of red, we can just bring that in as well around the edge, and that way it doesn't look quite as flat. So adding that other colour gives it a little bit more depth. There we go. And we're just going to do exactly the same down at the bottom here as well. So I've already got a little bit of the red on my brush, so I'm going to use that first, use it up, and then I'm going to use a little of the yellow as well. So remembering this is a reflection, we don't want the colours to be quite as strong as at the top here. Okay. So moving on, we're going to use one of our verses. And I'm going to ink up again in the Twilight, and I'm going to stamp off first, and then I'm going to pop that around about there. Like so, and again at the bottom there. Okay, so I've got a white pen here. This is the Uniball, which is a great white. It's very fluid and it goes over dark colours so well. So I'm just drawing a line along the bottom there, just to distinguish where the reflection is. And I'm going to put one or two little dots Okay, and then I'm going to now use the Wow embossing pen, and I'm just going to draw a few lines where the water is. Which one have we got? The white sparkle. I'm taking a fan brush, I'm just going to brush that over the top, and you can see how fabulous that looks. And that one was called the White Sparkle. And then lastly, I think we'll just add a little bit of glitter to the trees. So taking the glue pen, I'm just going to pop a little over the trees. Just a few little dots. We don't want the glitter to be too overpowering. And now we can decide which glitter we want to go over the top. And I think with it being the fir trees, I think we're going to go with the green. So this is Peacock Feathers. And let's just tap that off now. And you can see how it's stuck to the trees. And it's given you that real lovely sort of emerald green colour. So some of the glitter we've got is actually not properly stuck, but it's just on top of the sun there. So I'm just going to brush that off. And there we go. So I hope you can see that lovely emerald green on the trees. But it's just a nice, quick, easy card to create. And I think it looks really effective. And you can do this with anything, you know, not just trees, you can do it with any stamp you have. As long as it's a symmetrical image that you can stamp that way as well. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration. You take care, and we'll see you real soon. Bye for now.